12 different functions of the INTJ that need to be explained. According to Brandon Gale, INTJs had different functions such as cognitive, shadow, and sarcastic. INTJs are known to have highly perceptive talent when it comes to thinking. INTJs are such influential, logical thinkers that people often refer to this personality type as the mastermind. INTJs are excellent at tuning into the big picture, seeing patterns and interconnections because of their ability to analyze things from all angles. Many INTJs use their perceptive pattern skills to achieve fame in medicine, science, and math. Number 12. Dominant INTJ cognitive function, introverted intuition. INTJs are fascinated by patterns, and their introverted intuition gives them the ability to explore possibilities and connections that many other people can't see. INTJs don't only take facts as concrete objects. They like to explore the meaning of these facts and analyze things from all angles. INTJs spend a lot of time considering their plans and looking at potential goals. They also have powerful, chronological memories and know how to recall things beyond just the facts. Most INTJs are talented when it comes to locating combinations, connections, and patterns, so they are excellent at assessing what is going on in life, especially when another is being deceptive or manipulative. Number 11. Auxiliary INTJ cognitive function, extraverted intuition. The secondary function of the INTJ personality is extraverted thinking. INTJ's extroverted thinking allows them to find order and structure in our chaotic world. INTJs tend to use their extroverted thinking when trying to solve problems, and you'll see this when you watch how exact they can be. Since INTJs have this extroverted thinking skill, they enjoy formulating their decisions using logic. INTJs are excellent at organizing when they see around them into patterns and cause and effect relationships. Number 10. Tertiary INTJ cognitive function, introverted feeling. The INTJ's tertiary cognitive function is introverted feeling. So, while INTJs do use this function, it's tertiary, so they don't use it as often as their dominant and auxiliary functions. So, INTJs do have signs of introversion, but they won't be as introverted as some of the other introverted personalities. Some INTJs do a fantastic job of developing this function, and that gives them the ability to understand values and emotions when they make significant decisions. That often means that INTJs will align themselves with others that share similar values and feelings. Number 9. Inferior INTJ cognitive function, extraverted sensing. The inferior function for all INTJs and the least developed cognitive function is extraverted sensing. While INTJs don't always use this function, they can take information through their senses quite effectively when they need to. INTJs tend to not rely on this all the time, but they do know how to tune into their worlds. Number 8. INTJ shadow function, extraverted intuition. Extraverted intuition, or NE, is a polar opposite of the INTJ's dominant cognitive function, introverted intuition, or NI. When an INTJ utilizes NI, they look for meaning and patterns to tell what will happen in the future. When doing that, INTJs have a singular focus. NE, on the other hand, often interrupts the INTJ's NI analysis, which can irritate the INTJ greatly. An INTJ that is unhealthy can shut down others when others try to demonstrate alternate possibilities to the INTJ. Number 7. INTJ shadow function, introverted thinking. Introverted thinking, or TI, is the opposite of the INTJ's auxiliary cognitive function of extroverted thinking, or TE. INTJs use TE to protect themselves and others, and also to accomplish the tasks they need to perform throughout the day. With TE, the INTJ is using order to plan an action. TI, on the other hand, can be infuriating for an INTJ. TI to an INTJ often comes across as a loud inner voice that's criticizing them, and that can cause them to shut down and become unproductive when they are unhealthy. Number 6. INTJ shadow function, extroverted feeling. The opposite of the INTJ cognitive tertiary function is extroverted thinking. For an INTJ, extroverted thinking can create a lack of organization in the INTJ thought process. When an INTJ is unhealthy, he or she often stops taking responsibility for his or her actions. That's because the INTJ is dissociating from the organization and not aware of everything around him or her anymore. Number 5. INTJ shadow function, introverted sensing. Introverted sensing is a polar opposite of INTJ's inferior cognitive function. When an INTJ is unhealthy, introverted sensing can act as an internal form of sabotage for the INTJ. INTJs are very good at remembering what's happened in the past, what's happening now, and how things all link together. They also try to live healthily when they are healthy. However, when INTJs are unhealthy, they can start ignoring what's happened in the past, and then lose track of their ability to combine patterns and understand the future. Number 4. INTJ sarcastic function, introverted intuition. When an INTJ is using introverted intuition as a sarcastic function, he or she is using his or her time to plan things. The INTJ will even spend time trying to figure out how to avoid others that waste their time or decrease their productivity. Number 3. INTJ sarcastic function, extroverted thinking. An INTJ in the extroverted thinking sarcastic function tends to view himself or herself as a leader that knows what to do, but for some reason, he or she still gets stuck doing all of the work when trying to break things down in groups. Number 2. INTJ sarcastic function, introverted feeling. When an INTJ is trapped in introverted feelings, he or she will tend to feel antisocial. The INTJ will experience a state when he or she feels new relationships cannot be formed, especially with the opposite sex. Number 1. INTJ sarcastic function, extroverted sensing. INTJs that experience extroverted sensing at the sarcastic level can act like impulsive children, trying to get another person to spend a lot of money on them. When an INTJ is trapped in this state, he or she might act like an aristocrat and push others to spend money. Now that you know a bit more about the INTJ personality, you've hopefully gained some useful insight into your nature or the character of a loved one. We hope you'll use this material wisely and enjoy improving your relationships with other people. After all, once you understand yourself better, you'll be able to comprehend the needs of others much more adeptly.